What's happening, guys? TSlaps here, and we are back with Draft Baby. I am your coach of the Austin FC Verdeerlings in this inaugural season of Generation 9 Wi-Fi. This is our Week 4 game of the UNPL Academy against Jarl the King and the Hamilton Torcats. We're coming off an overpowering 5-0 win to give us our first win in the UNPL last week, and we're looking to keep up the momentum and our playoff chances alive with a win this week. Of course, you can go check out our opponent and all the other UNPL coaches down in the description below, as well as be sure to hit that subscribe button and stay up to date on our debut season of Generation 9 Wi-Fi. Leave a like if you do end up enjoying the content. I would really appreciate it. This is going to be the team builder section of the video, and on screen is a timestamp where you can skip and see the battle. Now, our opponent has a very scary team that I feel matches up extremely well into mine. Iron Valiant is terrifying to play against. We're figuring out what kind of mix set and coverage is being wrought is super important. My opponent has amazing defensive pieces with Heatran, Swampert, and Terra Regice, which can stop my offense very easily. They also have, in my opinion, one of the best Terra captains in the lower tiers, especially against my current team, Terra Delphox. If we want to start a win streak and get up to 2-2, we are going to need to be on our A game this week. Our opponent has the ability to bring webs with Galvantula, so I immediately knew that my hazard remover Defog Scizor was going to have to come this week. We're rocking the protective pads this week in order to prevent any flame body Heatrans from burning me or any Rocky Helmet users from chipping down my Scizor. We have Bullet Punch, which Iron Valiant, Terra Fairy Delphox, and Galarian Weezing really don't appreciate. We have U-Turn that gives us initiative out on threats such as the Salamence and the Heatran that my Scizor cannot touch. And we have Close Combat that allows us to hit that Heatran and Regice prior to terastallizing. We have enough speed investment to outspeed a minimal speed invested Heatran, and enough natural bulk to allow Scizor to be a potential switch in to Regice and Chestnut. Now, even though we have the ability to defog with Scizor, I wanted a way to maybe prevent Galvantula from setting up webs in the first place. Our lead option is going to be Dragapult if we see that Galvantula. We resist pretty much any move Galvantula throws at us, and we can 2-hit KO it with any move we have. Once Galvantula is no longer around, we just need to manage to get off one defog in order to prevent webs from being up on the field. We have a 4-attack spell tag set this week, as our opponent does not have many options for a boosted Shadow Ball. We have Dragon Darts for Regice, as it has amazing special defense, and for Salamence, which with our attack investment ensures that we always one-hit KO HP invested Salamence with the Dragon Darts. Clear Body ensures we don't have to worry about being intimidated, as well as make sure that we don't have to get slowed down by webs if they're still around. We have Flamethrower as coverage for Chestnut, as Bulletproof makes it immune to Shadow Ball, and Surf in order to hit the Heatran. We have enough speed to outpace Scarf, Modest Hoopa, and Iron Valiant, and we're choosing Naive over Hasty as we want to be able to take a potential Shadow Sneak from the Iron Valiant. Speaking of Iron Valiant, that thing is a beast and is so scary to face in draft. It has immense coverage options, but luckily for me, I think they need a lot of coverage in order to run through my team with it, and that might work in my favor. Moonblast and Spirit Break for Stab, Psychic for Weezing, Fire Punch or Fighting Stab for Scizor and Earthworm, Shadow Sneak to hit the Dragapult with priority, Leaf Blade for Gastrodon, Poison Jab for Clefable, and any setup it wants to try and fit on there. So once we lock in the set and maybe get Iron Valiant to waste its booster energy, we can get a better idea of what defensive piece we can use on it. One option that we have is Specially Defensive Clefable. We're running a similar set to last week with Moonblast as our main stab, Wish and Protect to keep our team and itself healthy, and Knock Off to prevent items across the board. We're running Kabia Berry this week to prevent maybe a potential Poison Jab from killing us, and to catch the Iron Valiant off guard and net ourselves a KO on the biggest threat on the team. Leftovers wouldn't have changed the role that moves such as Moonblast would have done to me from the Iron Valiant, so this felt like the better option. Clefable also offers us a switch into Regice and Hoopa. We have enough speed to hopefully be faster than a Galarian Weezing in case we need to wish up, and with Magic Guard, we can prevent any unnecessary chip coming at Clefable. Looking to make another showing like it did last week, we have Darkrai. This week we're going with a 4-attack Expert Belt set with Dark Pulse as our main stab, Psychic in order to hit the Chestnut and Galarian Weezing, Sludge Bomb to hit the Iron Valiant and the Delphox after it terastallizes into what I believe will be a Fairy type this week, and Focus Blast in order to hit the Heatran and the Regice prior to terastallizing if that's what they choose to do. Outside of Regice and Swampert, which neither have reliable recovery options, our opponent's team gets 2-hit KO'd by my Darkrai. I'm hoping this Darkrai is able to break a hole through my opponent's team in order to even clean up late game or allow my Dragapult to clean up. Next we have a Pokemon that's been sitting on the bench for the last few weeks and is excited for his first game, Weezing. Physical defensive wheezing is another option for Iron Valiant depending on his coverage options. It also helps us deal with Salamence or Chestnut as well as potentially the Swampert. We're packing Sludge Wave this week so that we're able to hit the Chestnut with the poison move and not poison too much of my opponent's team, as we hope to spread burns instead with Will-O-Wisp. Pain Split allows us to weaken our opponents while we also keep ourselves healthy, and we're using a Custap Berry Destiny Bond set this week for some heat that I will hopefully catch our opponent off guard with, as it may allow us to get a sneaky kill on a Pokemon that would have otherwise caused us a lot of problems. Now this is our last slot, and I had to toss up between a bunch of different options, but I ultimately decided on a specially defensive Gastrodon to help us deal with potentially the Iron Valiant, Heatran, Delphox, and Galarian Weezing. We have the Randall Berry this week in order to protect ourselves from Grass, not Delphox. We're rocking Earthquake, which hits our opponent's team really well, Ice Beam to pressure the Salamence and the Chestnut, Yawn to stop any setup options such as Calm Mind, Delphox, or Hoopa, and Recover to keep ourselves healthy. I tried my best to fit Hazard onto my Gastrodon set, but between being forced to defog with Scizor and needing all 4 of our current moves, I was really unable to fit it on Gastrodon. This is our team for week 4 of the UNPL Academy. I'm very scared going into this matchup, as I definitely believe that they have the advantage in matchups, and they are also having an amazing run to start off this season. What do you think? What would you change? Let me know down in the comments below. Hopefully we can turn this season around and pick up an important win this week. Make sure you're subscribed to not miss a single week of Draft League content. The playlist is in the description for the UNPL Academy, as well as our other Wi-Fi league, the SDA. Go check out our opponent as well down in the description below. Thank you for sticking around for the team builder. Please leave a like if you did enjoy, and without holding y'all any longer, let's hop right into the battle.
Alright, we are now hopping into the battle against our opponent. Looking for a nice win here to get us up to 2-2. Otherwise, 1-3, we're not looking so great for playoffs. So this is a really important win against a team that I am very scared to face. This is one of the top teams, I think, in our division, and we are matching up with them. Already wished our opponent good luck, have fun. So we're gonna go ahead and see what they decided to bring this week. Okay, so they got the Galvantula, the Iron Valiant, the Delphox, the Galarian Weezing. So we got a Weezing matchup up in here. We got Swampert and Heatran. So what did they not opt to bring? We got no Regice, and also Delphox is their only Terra Captain brought. No Hoopa, no Chestnut, and no Salamence. No Salamence is pretty nice, which takes pressure off of my Weezing. So we already knew what the game plan was. It feels all the team builder. We're going to leave with Dragapult every single day of the week. Now, I won't lie, with my game plan to lead up against the Galvantula as well as I could, the scariest thing for me is him being Thunder Wave Galvantula. That is like terrifying as hell, but I really wanted the Shell Tag more than the Lumberry. So we're risking him just wanting to switch out right away, or really prioritizing webs over anything else. It's a very scary thing. It's a very scary thing to match up against. Unfortunately, wasn't a ton I could do other than maybe just switch to what is it called, Dragon Fang or Life Orb. I didn't want to do Life Orb because I wanted to stay as healthy as I could in case I had to take a Shadow Sneak from Valiant. Dragon Fang was definitely an option, but I don't know, just Shadow Ball did more across their team. And so I just really wanted to run Spell Tag. So we'll see if that ends up biting us in the butt early on here. Good luck, have fun once again to our opponent. And we're going to see what happens. So they're going to opt to lead off with the Heatran. Okay. So this kind of sucks because I obviously don't 2 KO this thing. Probably. I don't believe I do with Surf. I think I'm just under if it's a Spadef set. We can go ahead and check now. Honestly, I can stay in while he sets up rocks. I don't mind being Will-O-Wisp. Dragon Darts isn't the most important thing now that he didn't bring the Salamence. So I really wouldn't mind staying in here. If it's a Spadef set right now, Surf is only 3k only though. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap out then. Now, Gastrodon's my switch in here. And it kind of sucks because I would love this Keller if they things like Power Herb Sunny Day set, but I just really don't want to switch into anything to risk that. So they're gonna set up our rocks, or their rocks of course. Fine, understandable. And we're gonna go ahead and go for... Do we just want to fire off an Earthquake into their team? I mean, all they have is Wheezing and Swampert to take it on. This is a pretty free Earthquake. If they go into Wheezing and they are Levitate, then we are fine just to stay in. And if they want to go into Swampert, then we can go into... Honestly, we can just stay in. Just keep attacking. So this is fine. This is a fine spot to be in, I think. They're going to swap out, so no Power Herb shenanigans probably. They're going to go ahead and to its Sting, which is the Galvantula. So we're going to go ahead, get the Earthquake here. Do about 50%. And unfortunately, we got to swap out. I don't want to waste my Rindo Berry on this thing. I really want to keep it for the Delphox. So my switch-in is going to, of course, be Ted Lasso here. I don't think they ever Thunder Wave me, luckily. But I think Ted Lasso's fine. We can get it in. I mean, they just see their Energy Ball or they set up webs here. So we're going to see what they opt to do. They're going to see I'm not Boots. And they're going to Energy Ball me. So we're going to see do 278 to 214, which is 64 HP. So Galvantula did 64 with an Energy Ball to my Dragapult. Do we know anything off that? Just like a standard timid set, max special attack. Nothing crazy. Do I want to Surf? Can I kill with the Surf? Ooh, it's a nasty roll. I'm going to go ahead and click Shadow Ball. He does not have a great switch into this. I guess their best would be the Swampert here, but at the very least, we are preventing this thing from setting webs, which is nice. We do need to get in our Heat, or our Sizzler to defog up at some point, but I mean, we're looking pretty nice. I need to weaken that Swampert. Swampert's like the one thing that my team doesn't do a great job of breaking, at least specifically the team that I decided to bring here. They're going to go into JBL, which is the Wheezing, so we're going to see how much the Shadow Ball does to this thing. And we're going to do about like 40%, and they're going to recover with a bit with the Black Sludge. So that's definitely a Spadef Wheezing, right? And yeah, so we're looking at a Spadef Wheezing, sitting at about 65% now. We saw Spadef with Black Sludge. And our play here is going to be to swap out, because I don't risk this. But luckily, we should be able to KO with Shadow Ball next time it comes in. It could carry Flamethrower, so I can't go into Sizzler just yet. I think our best bet is to either go into Wheezing or into... yeah, I think I'm going to go Wheezing. I'm going to go Wheezing. That might force in the Swampert, which would be best for me, so I can get into Sizzler and defog up. So we're going to go ahead and swap out into our Wheezing here. As a Strange Steam. Not going to do a ton to me. Now, I do want to keep myself outside of Custap Berry range. That's something to keep in mind. We're going to go ahead and click the... Do I want to click a Willow here? Willow seems fine. I want to get this thing's leftovers. They might go into... Delphox would be the worst case. They could also go Swampert or Heatran. So maybe I want to double, actually. So on the Heatran or the Swampert coming in, what is my play? I think Gastrodon is fine. So we're going to go into Gastrodon. I think I could have gone into that initially anyways, but it's fine. We can go into our Gastrodon as they go into Swampert. And what are they going to opt to do here? They can't really flip turn. I don't think this thing gets anything crazy to hit me. I mean, I guess it could start like setting up. I don't really know what the Swampert wants to do against me, to be honest. And probably not much. It could bulk up, I guess. It could knock me, which would be really annoying, actually. I'm going to go ahead and... He either has to EQ or knock off here. If he EQs or knockoffs, I can go into Sizzler here and get the defog off. Or I can go into Galarian Wheezing. That doesn't mean nothing. I guess I'll stay in and EQ and see what this thing wants to do against me. Go ahead and see. They're going to knock me, which sucks. It definitely sucks losing my Rindo Berry, but it's fine. We can go ahead and EQ here. We need some chip off on this thing, some chippies. So we're gonna see leftovers. And we're gonna go ahead and recover. I need to keep this thing healthy for the thingy, for the Delphox. Oh my goodness, this thing is super offensive, I feel like. So Swampert against my Gastrodon. Yeah, that's like a max attack set for sure. So that's max attack Swampert, probably max HP. We're gonna go ahead and go into Scizor here and get our defog off. This is my best chance to, I don't think it's gonna, I think it'll be like liquidation or flip turn rather than, oh fuck, you roared me, okay. We saw EQ and roar and knockoff. And we're gonna go back into our Gastro, which sucks. We're taking chips damage. We're not sitting in a good place against the Swampert, I won't lie. So we already know what outspeeds me, and it's gonna kill me with the EQ. I'm gonna go into Wheezing this time then. We're gonna see what this thing wants to do. I don't have anything great to break this Swampert, I won't lie. But knowing that it's not like max Fizdap or anything like that is nice. Not gonna be able to hit me. It can knock off me, which would be annoying. But that's cool. I actually think getting the Willow off on this thing would be amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and click Willow and see what this thing wants to do. If it knocks off my Custat Berry, that's cool. Whatever. Life is life. It's gonna knock me. It's gonna knock my Custat. So all my berries are getting removed. I'm losing all my berries right now. But we're gonna at least get the Willow off on this Swampert, which is nice. I'm guessing its last move is either gonna be Flip Turn or it's gonna be like, I don't know. I just Pain Split here pretty free. Worst case, they go Galv, I guess. Let me Pain Split up here. So they're either going to have Flip Turn as the final move. Okay, yeah, they're going to have Flip Turn. So meaning my thing here is pretty good to sit on it. Pretty much every single time. Don't have to worry about Scald. And I also don't have to worry about Scald on Scizor. So hopefully we can get a defog there later. They're going to go into Delphox here. We're going to get a nice Pain Split off. Now, I doubt they Terra right now. They're sitting at about probably 70% with this Delphox. I doubt they Terra just yet. But I'm in a bad spot now because of this. I won't lie. I'm in a terrible, terrible spot. Now, I think they just click Fire move here. And I need to be able to, I need to force my opponent into Terra into a Fairy type. So what I think I want to do is they either click Psychic move or they click Fire move here, right? Or Calm Mind. They could click Calm Mind. And so what can I do about that? I think I just have to go hard Gastrodon here. I think I just have to go hard Gastrodon here. It sucks. This Rock's damage is like really, really annoying right now. It's really putting me in a bad spot. They're going to go ahead and click Agility. Okay. That's something I thought they might do in prep was Agility. Like Agility or Flame Charge. One of the two. I doubt I eat a hit now. So, Delphox to my Gastrodon at 166. We do die to a Psyshock. Psychic we live. I imagine we die to Grass Knot now. Without our berry. Yeah, we do. And then... if they Terra into a Fairy type, can they just kill me with Terra Blast? I'm trying to think about what they might do here. Or I guess a D-Gloom would be stronger. So they either have the Psyshock or they have the Grass move here. I can go into Oogie. That'll force the Terra. And then from there, I can just go ahead and sack. Actually, I'm gonna stay in Yawn. I'm really scared of him like going for a move, like a Calm Mind or something for free. But they're gonna tear into a Fairy type, I imagine. Yeah, they're gonna tear into their Fairy right now, which is nice for me. That's like great for me that they did that early for some reason, because now I can just go into Scizor after this and Bullet Punch. So they're gonna click Psychic. We actually lived this, so I could have recovered. But we're gonna go ahead and click Yawn. And we're gonna stay in because either they stay in and pick up the kill and this Delphox is asleep, or I get the free recover off. So I'm staying in here and I'm clicking recover. So that was actually like a lot less scary of a situation than I expected it to be, which is crazy. So Psychic, probably Dazzling Gleam, and then Fire Move. Okay. So we're gonna get the free recover off here as they go into that. I believe it's Galarian Wheezing. No, we can get the recover off here. Let's get the recover one more time. Also, that Wheezing, not neutralizing gas and not Misty Surge. So definitely levitate Wheezing. So I believe I can just... What do I want to do here? I can go back into my Wheezing. Oh man, I need to get my Scizor into Defog. How do I do that? I need to get my Scizor into Defog, but his team really does not allow it, especially with this thing carrying Flamethrower. I'm going to go ahead and click recover one more time. I'm going to opt to see what this thing wants to do. They're going to string Steamy and miss, which is cool. So we can go ahead and get it thing off. This thing does get Flamethrower, right? We're going to get a recover off. This, yeah, okay. I'm like, I hope I'm not tweaking and saying this thing's going to Flamethrower my Scizor and then it not have, like, learn Flamethrower. I just assumed. But it does. It does. So we can go into Wheezing here, and I believe we can take 2, and we can get a Pain Split off. So I'd be cool with that. So Wheezing against their Wheezing, right? We should be able to take it pretty fine. 191 after rocks. Shouldn't be able to kill me. We're going to go ahead and go into our Wheezing. And then do I Pain Split or do I just like attack? I think guys go ahead and attack. Oh, that crit sucks though. That crit does indeed suck because now they're going to be able to pick me off, which is terrible. I don't outspeed this thing probably. I can try and see if we outspeed it. There's no point in me keeping this thing around. I'm going to go ahead and Pain Split. I mean, there's a chance. It depends how much speed investment they have, right? So we can go ahead and try to get the Pain Split off here. Maybe I should have put more speed investment. They're going to kill me. That sucks. I really didn't deserve to die there because of that crit. So, G-Wheeze kills Wheeze. That's so dumb. Flame the rower. So, I guess we just go back into Gastrodon and we just sit on this thing. That sucks. That really does. I don't have a great switch into this thing. We're gonna go into Wheezing here. Or not Wheezing, sorry, Gastrodon here. That crit really sucks. I wonder how much speed they ran, because that could have definitely just been a speed tie. I'm gonna go ahead and click Ice Beam. I know they're Levitate. Maybe we can get a Freeze or something. They're gonna swap out, go into their... What, Swampert? No, that's their Galv. So had I EQ'd, we'd be in a good spot. But we're gonna Ice Beam here. I don't believe we KO. Do I get a freeze? No, no freezers. We can go ahead and swap into Ted Lasso. I don't want to take any more damage though. That Shadow Sneak could be really important. So the E-Ball, or they Volt Switch here, or they set up webs, right? I think going into Clef is fine. When we get a knockoff on something, they set up webs. I like really need to get Scizor in like as soon as possible. These hazards are becoming very annoying. They're gonna E-Ball, so I could have gone into Scizor there. I really didn't want to risk taking an electric type move from this thing. So I can go ahead and click Wish, because they're going to get up their webs no matter what. I think I just want to Knock though. I think Knock is fine. Knock pick up the KO on this. It threatens anything coming in. I'm at a good enough HP right now. This Iron Valiant super scary though, with my team getting weakened the way it is. That Delphox is not too scary anymore. They are going to set up webs. But something I have to keep in mind is webs are set up. I really need to get the defog off. We're going to knock and KO this thing. So, Clef kills Galv. And it was Focus Sash, so It could have been his lead option to begin with. I'm in such a bad spot right now. It's really not great spot. Swampert luckily is like severely crippled because it's burned. Heatran, I think I'm fine with Gastro. Gastro really sits on his entire team extremely well. Gastro is what I need to play with. So they're going to go into their Galarian Weezing. And what do we do about this? Now that we lost our thing. We have to go into Clef here. Not Clef, sorry. Gastrodon. Right now we're just playing with our defensive pieces. But I just don't have a good way to get in my Scizor to defog. Especially now that the webs are up. I can't sack it though. I was going to say I could sack it to get a defog off. But I just cannot allow that to happen. The Bullet Punch for Iron Valiant and for Delphox are like just way too important. They're gonna crit me again. What's up with this Weezing, bro? So I get the Ice Beam for free here. They don't have a great play for it. I can also Yawn. I think Yawn's pretty free. We're gonna go ahead and click Yawn. And recover up. I feel like maybe I should have recovered first and then Yawn, so I didn't have to recover and I could have attacked on something else coming in. But we're going to go ahead and click recover here. We're going to see what they opt to do. They could definitely go like Swampert, I think. I think Swampert would be fine for them to go into. What are we going to see? Swampert, that's cool. I'm not scared of this thing. So we could always go Clefable on this instead. But that baits in Heatran, which I don't love. He can't flip turn here. I think he either... It would suck if he goes back no Weezing here, but I think that's a play that I have to unfortunately risk him doing. I have to try to swap out into my Scizor now to get the defog off. This is like my best shot, I think, at getting it off. And I switched out first. There's no way they click flip turn right now. There's just no way. They have to be clicking EQ or knock. Or, I mean, I guess they don't knock because there's no point. There's just no way you click flip turn. I'm stupid. I forgot about Roar. I so forgot about Roar. Oh goodness. All right, so what are we gonna see here? Clef. I mean, that's cool. I can wish up here, which is actually kind of cool. I can wish, and then that kind of serves as a recover for my Gastro. Because what does he switch into me? It's gonna either be Galarian Weezing or it's gonna be Heatran, which Gastrodon goes into. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up a wish here. They're gonna knock me off. So all my berries are gone. All 3 berries have been knocked off by this stupid freaking Swampert. It's fine though. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a wish. And honestly, he stayed in. I'm just gonna go ahead and knock off right now. I'm gonna knock off. I can either knock these leftovers so that the burn can actually start chipping this thing down, or I knock off something coming in, whether it be the Black Sludge on the Weezing or something on the Heatran. I'm gonna go ahead and click knock off here. I think we're in a good spot to just click knock off. Keep our Clefable a bit healthy for that Iron Valiant. Potentially the Delphox. I think he has trouble breaking my Clefable and Gastrodon right now, which is really cool. They're going to go into Doink, which is the Delphox. And we're going to get a powerful knockoff on something. Or, not on something, on this thing. Not powerful in the sense of it's going to do a lot of damage, but we're going to scout what item it is. And it's going to be Boots. I mean, I'm physical, or specially defensive. I'm specially defensive. And they already revealed Psychic over Psy Shock. So what stops me from just staying in and Moonblasting this thing? Like, truthfully. If we click the Fairy Terror type, they're in a Fairy. Nothing stops me from just staying in and Moonblasting this thing, and it 2 KOs. So I'm going to go ahead and click Moonblast here. They really have trouble breaking my Gastrodon and Clef, so that's really nice. They're going to go ahead and click Psychic. Now, I don't want to say the words, but I really hope a certain special side effect. Oh. I was hoping that wouldn't happen the other way, right, with Psychic. But luckily we got it, which is cool. Unfortunately, we don't have like rocks on this team to like make this Delphox pretty much useless at this point. But it's at least like super weakened and it's not scary at all. So they're gonna go into Heatran here. I can go ahead and click Wish. And I mean, I can eat a hit from this Heatran right now. I believe, and just like pressure it with a knockoff here. The problem is though, like, is that worth it to me? Especially if they click Magma Storm instead of Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon I can eat, right? We'll be in the same spot pretty much health-wise. But that just isn't worth it to me at all. I'm going to go ahead and go into my Gastro. That isn't worth if they click Magma Storm. Because if they click Magma Storm into and trap me in with Clefable, I am in a terrible spot. So we're going to go ahead and go into Swampert here. Not Swampert, sorry. Gastrodon. And what are they going to do? They're going to Earth Power me. 399. So that did 81 HP with an Earth Power. We can try to get some calcs on this thing, some calkies. They did 81 HP, so that's like max special attack actually. That's good to note. They are definitely max special attack. Do I just Earthquake here, or do I try to predict the Wheezing? I can Yawn. Yawn's free. We're going to go ahead and click it. If they are... Okay, so they're definitely not the Power Herb set, which is good. They definitely would have already done it. They're going to go into Doink and try to sack Delphox. I'm going to go ahead and click Yawn here. I can now Ice Beam this turn. It'll kill this Delphox. It'll catch the Wheezing coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and click Ice Beam here. And we're going to see what this thing wants to do against me. They're going to sack it, of course. We eat it. I could have honestly recovered so that I'd be at full HP, and that might have been a better play, actually. But I really want to be like aware of my recover DPs. I killed Delphox there. This is... I mean, what are they going to bring in? Like, Valiant would be the only thing. Right? Valiant. Which is very, very scary to me. We're going to see the booster energy. And what booster are we going to see? I know I have to pay attention. Their speed is heightened. Okay. So... interesting. Which doesn't really matter with webs up. So, what is this thing? This Iron Valiant? How much damage do I need off on this thing to kill it with, say, my Scissors Bullet Punch? We're going to need a good amount of chippies. We're going to need like 15%. So is it worth like just staying in with my Gastrodon and EQing this thing? It kind of is to me. So I kind of want to go ahead and do that. I would then need to stack something following. And I don't know if that's what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and go into... I'm going to Clef, actually, because Gastrodon can wall the last 3 Pokemon on their team. Clefable still loses to their Heatran and the Wheezing. So Clefable is a worse wall in this moment. So we're going to go ahead and go into Wheezing here. Or not Wheezing, sorry. We're going to go into Clefable here. And we're going to see what this thing wants to do. We're going to see a Spirit Break, which sucks. 288 down to 125. So 73 to 32. So I did 41 with the Spirit Break. 41 I said with the Spirit Break? That sounds about right. So that's like max attack Jolly. So definitely a physical set. We can go ahead and it sucks. So I could go hard into my guy now. My guy Scizor. And threaten this thing out with a Bullet Punch. And that's kind of what I want to do. I'm going to go hard into Scizor here. There's no way they Fire Punch me. I'm going to go hard into Scizor. Because I can get that chip off with what is it called? I can get the Bullet Punch chip off now that I need to KO us with anything. And what's cool is that I don't really care if webs are up against this Valiant. If the Valiant's dead. I don't care if webs are up if the Valiant's dead. I really so freaking badly want to click Defog here on the swap out. And do I have those balls? Oh, absolutely. I'm going to do it. There's no way you stay in here. I don't care if you can eat a Bullet Punch. You are absolutely swapping out. Ugh! That's what we like to see. So Defog is up. That's amazing for me. And it's also crazier that you went into the Galar Wheezing on it rather than like anything else. That's crazy. So we're gonna get the defog off, which is amazing for us. Now, do I think it has enough speed to outspeed me? I doubt it, but is that something I want to risk? Absolutely not. Getting that defog off is amazing for me though, and we got it to waste its what is it called? The booster energy. So we're now amazing because we should be able to outspeed always with Dragapult or Darkrai. So once we start chipping down the defensive core, Darkrai looks amazing now. So we're now in a lot better of a spot. I can go ahead and click Ice Beam for pretty much free right now. I could have also clicked Yawn, which would have been cool. So I think I'm actually going to click Yawn and then recover. So that's what we're going to do after this. We're going to click Ice Beam. If we freeze, then I mean, that's cool I guess too. But we aren't going to. And now we're going to click Recover, and then we're going to click Yawn. Because I want to be able to attack as he's having to swap out because of the Yawn. He crits me again! Rah! Okay, that's cool. We get the Recover off. We're going to click the... Do I want to click Recover again? I don't. I'm going to click Yawn. I can probably Wish Up rather than wasting another Recover PP. So we're going to go ahead and click the Yawn here. And now we can Ice Beam for free. This thing does get Pain Split, right? I'm also assuming like it gets Pain Split. If it doesn't, then I got nothing to be scared of. So they're gonna switch out here. I Ice Beamed as they go into their Swampert here. Now I don't care just to sit in on this thing anymore. Like I can just sit in. I can EQ. I can do whatever. If it wants to roar me, it can. I can just attack into this thing now. I'm not scared of this thing anymore. Do I want to waste a Recover PP? I think I do in Assistant. It'd be nice to get my Gastrodon at full. They're going to knock me off. That's cool. I don't need to go into Scizor in this thing anymore. I got my defog off. That was like my main thing I was trying to do with this. And now we get to EQ for free on this team. EQ is super, super free. I need to weaken the Swampert. We already know it's like a max attack, so I got Oris's max HP. And I mean, he doesn't really have a switch into this other than Galar Weezing. So I can EQ me. That still does so much, even though it's burn. We're gonna go ahead and hit it. This is also a great opportunity. I could have gone into my Clefable and got the Wish off probably. But I think it's nice. It'll be probably my stack for Iron Valiant at this point. So we're going to go ahead and... Do I want to recover this time around? I kind of do. I'm going to go ahead and click Recover because I want to keep this thing as healthy as possible. And I don't think we'll be able to get a Wish off anymore with our Clefable. We're just going to stay in and try to beat this thing down. It sucks how we never got a knockoff off. I mean, I could go into Scizor now and attack into this thing, but I don't think there's any point. We can just go ahead and click. Actually, I'm going to do that because I don't want to waste my Recovery. I don't want to take any more damage. That's something I want to do here against this Swampert with max attack. Let's say this Swampert set with burned. I mean, I can take it and then I can just U-turn for free on this. And we're doing a good amount. Or I can just close combat, but I wouldn't kill it to close combat. We're going to go into Swampert. I don't need HP on it. And we get to U-turn for free to chip it down, rather than taking more damage with our Gastrodon. They're going to EQ me. We're good. We cannot... Can we take a Rocks entry with this? Ooh, I don't know if we can. That's close. So... We're going to go ahead and click U-turn here. I think if we see Heatran come in, I honestly might just go hard into Scizor. Try to just like be able to close combat it and get chip off, because that could be really important. So we can go back into Gastro here on an EQ or a knock, and we can go ahead and pick this thing off. They're going to Earthquake me. You know what I should have done, actually? I think I should have gone Clefable, taking the hit. So we're going to use our last recovery here, I think. Well, we can wait, actually. I think we can wait. We can wait. I'm going to go ahead. There's no point, actually. We're going to recover. Because as long as we're getting like 50% from it, it doesn't matter when I use it, whether it's now or later. So might as well use it now. This max attack Swamper's like low-key pretty crazy. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves as healthy as can be. We're in a tough spot. But we should be fine. We're going to get ahead and click EQ. Finally pick this thing off. So Gastrodon's going to kill. Gastrodon kills Swampert finally. Swampert sat on the field forever. My pin's dying. My pin's dying. No! So we got the Heatran still at full. The Weezing's pretty healthy right now. And the Valiant. They're going to go into Valiant, speaking of which. And, I mean, this is a pretty free yawn here, no? I yawn this thing in case it's like SD. Gastrodon versus Clefable. Or not against Iron Valiant. Do I live any hit from this thing? Iron. If they're like an SD set, there is. There we go. So at 257 HP, I don't live a CC. I think I'm just going to Clef here. If they SD, that's fine. We can still go into Scizor or Darkrai, or Scizor plus Darkrai, or Scizor plus Dragapult, and pick up the KO. So I'm going to go ahead and sack out by Clefable here like I planned to. They're going to Spirit Break me. Is that going to be able to pick me up? It is. So, Valiant kills Clef. And now we can go into Scizor here. Or do I want to go into something? Can Oogie kill this thing from where I'm sitting at? It does say we kill. We can go into Oogie and click Psychic. Or can I go into Polt? Does Polt kill? Drag a Polt. I don't kill this with Dragapult. So we can go into Oogie here instead. At least I can get damage off on the Heatran this way. By clicking Psychic. Even though it's not a ton of damage, right? We can at least get some chip off onto that, which could be very important. So we're going to go ahead and click Psychic here. Gonna do great. If they go into Galarian Weezing for whatever reason, then that's even like better. We just kill the Weezing straight up. But we should be able to kill here with the Psychic. We already know it's not like Papaya Berry because we saw the boosted energy. So I think we're in a good spot. We just need to chip down that Heatran. But if we get our Gastrodon in again, I mean, we're just free to EQ against our team. Well, actually, minus the Weezing. But Weezing can't do much. And it won't be able to Pain Split up on me, so I can at least yawn it. And then EQ. I can yawn and EQ because either Weezing is asleep, which is amazing for me, or I get an EQ on the Valiant or on the Heatran. If I get the EQ on the Valiant, then I always kill with Bullet Punch. They're going to let me just kill this with Psychic. That's awesome. That's amazing. Okay, so Darkrai kills Valiant. So that leaves Weezing and Heatran. You can go into Heatran here. This is a free Gastro. Every single day of the week, right? I think so. You can go free into Gastro. Oh, wait, should I have gone? I actually should have sacked Scizor like I said I would, because if he gets up his rocks, then Scizor is just completely useless. I could have at least gotten a CC off. So, they're just going to Lava Plume. That's fine. Now, I'm going to yawn here. They're going to stay in and Earth Power me. So I can yawn this thing, and then I'm going to Ice double yawn? Yeah, might as well double yawn. I'm going to double yawn here. If they stay in, then Heatran's asleep. We're chilling. If they swap out, then we get the yawn off on Galar Weezing, and we can EQ the following turn. Once we get one of these asleep, then we can just send in our offense, and we'll be fine. So that's kind of my game plan here. We're just going to yawn something to sleep, or something to swap around, things like that. So we're going to go ahead and click yawn here. They're going to swap. Okay, so we do get the double yawn off. We saw Plume, Earth Power, Rocks, and then probably Flash, if I had to guess. Flash Cannon. So we can click EQ here. On either the heat rank coming in, or this thing just falls asleep. In which case we're just gonna go. Okay, they're gonna let this thing fall asleep here. If we die, I'm cool with that. But we are gonna live. Of course, it's levitate, so we aren't gonna be able to hit it. That's cool though. I'm cool with that. This thing is now asleep, which is amazing. I can go ahead and go into my scissor here, or is that what I want to do? Yeah, we're gonna go into scissor here. We can go ahead and bullet punch. Or do I want to close combat? I kind of want to close combat. I'm not gonna lie. On the heat rank coming in, that's something I need to risk though. Like, realistically. Because what's the best case scenario? Because that heat run is pretty offensive, so I know it outspeeds me. Can I just U-turn actually? If I U-turn, then what's my play? If I heat ran, or if I U-turn and he outspeed, or he swaps into heat ran, I go ahead and stack off my Dragapult to get surf damage off. If he stays in, then I just go into Gastrodon, start attacking again. That better? I don't know, dude. I don't want to choke this NEM away. I'm gonna go ahead and bullet punch. Whatever. This thing's asleep at least. Cool. I mean, this thing's asleep. We can get a good attack off on it. Okay, and this thing's fine now. It's shipped down enough to where anything should be able to pick it off. I'm no longer worried about it. And as long as I don't switch out, he can't pain split me with anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and bullet punch again. So he's just gonna be able to pick up the KO. Scizor kills G-Weeze. I'm pretty sure this heat ran outspeeds me. So do I just want to bullet punch to get chip off? I mean, how much chip am I really getting off? If we are being honest. Because I outspeed like min speed heat ran. Like absolutely zero. Well, some speed heat ran. As long as it's not more than 36. But is like the bullet punch damage I'm getting off like really enough? Not really. So I kind of just want to CC and see if we outspeed. We're not going to outspeed. Cool. That's cool. If that 10% or so, probably like 8% that we are going to get off doesn't, like, if it ends up mattering, I will probably cry myself to sleep tonight. But as of right now, we're going to go ahead, go into our Dragapult here. And it's actually going to be pretty close. I won't lie. It's a lot closer than I would love. But we can go ahead and see how much we can do with the surf here. I don't know if he's like how much speed investment he has. I obviously has a little bit, but how much and how much HP investment. It seems pretty much like max special attack. We're gonna do a good amount there. Can we live this flash cannon? We can, so we should be fine. We're gonna see leftovers finally on this. So we should be able to surf again, and then I think luckily we should be able to Dark Pulse and kill this thing, which is like what I was scared about. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to Dark Pulse or if I had to risk a Focus Blast, but looking at that, we should be able to Dark Pulse and pick up the KO. So Eran's going to pick up the kill on our Dragapult, which is fine. And then we're going to be able to go into Darkrai, pick up the kill on Heatran, and pick up a 2-0 win, which is great. It's going to move us up to 2-2. Unfortunately, our diff is still kind of bad. It's still definitely in the negatives. I think like -2 now. Maybe negative, yeah, I think -2. So not the greatest, but at least we're up to 500, which is amazing. And we can now hopefully, secure ourselves. We can continue to play better into the second half of the season, continue our little win streak we have going on here, and, get ourselves a playoff spot. I think we're finally like kind of figuring out how Gen 9 Wi-Fi is. I think we're playing a lot better around the Terras and things like that. Something I'm keeping in mind a lot. Definitely could be playing better, of course, in some scenarios. Like I definitely played poorly around like my rocks, and like the Swampert and Chi-Weezing for a while. It was really hard to break that thing down. But I at least think that we're building better teams. I think we're not forgetting about terrestrialization as a whole, at least when we're playing anymore. And at least we're able to like get out some wins finally. An 0-2 start was pretty rough, but that's gonna be it. GG once again to our opponent. You can go check out our opponent and all the other UNPL Academy coaches down in the description below. You can go check out the UNPL playlist in case you want to see the previous weeks and keep up to date with it, as well as the SDA or other draft league going up on the channel. That playlist is also down in the description. Make sure to hit that like button if you did enjoy and subscribe for more draft league content. We upload 2 leagues every single week, so you don't want to miss that out. Thank you guys once again so much for watching, and I'm hopping out of here. Peace.